Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is entitled The Killing of the Demon Putana by Lord Krishna. Text number 5. I will read by myself 5, 6 and 7, and we shall repeat text number 8. So text 5. Tam keshabandha vyatishakta mallikam Brahannitambastana krichra madhyamam Suvasasam kalpita karna bhushana Tvishollasat kuntala manditananam. The sixth text. Valgusmitapanga visarga vikshitair Manoharantim vanitam rajaukasam Amam sata ambhoja karena rupinim Gopyashriyam drashtumivagatam patim. The translation of both these verses is given together by Srila Prabhupada. Translation of 5 and 6. Her hips were full, her breasts were large and firm, seeming to overburden her slim waist. This is a description of Putana by Shukadeva Goswami. And she was dressed very nicely. Her hair, adorned with a garland of mallika flowers, was her. They thought that the beautiful goddess of fortune, holding a lotus flower in her hand, had come to see her husband, Krishna. Text number 7, I'll read by myself. Kindly hear. Balagrahastatra vichinvati shishun yadrichayananda grihe asad antakam balam pratichanna nijoru tejasam Dadarshatalpegnim ivahitam bhasi. Translation of this 7th verse by Srila Prabhupada. While searching for small children, Putana, whose business was to kill them, entered the house of Nanda Maharaj unobstructed, having been sent by the superior potency of the Lord. Without asking anyone's permission, she entered Nanda Maharaj's room, where she saw the child sleeping in bed, his unlimited power covered like a powerful fire covered by ashes. She could understand that this child was not ordinary, but was meant to kill all demons. Purport by Srila Prabhupada to the 7th verse. Demons are always busy creating disturbances and killing, But the child lying on the bed in the house of Nanda Maharaj was meant to kill many demons. Text 8, kindly repeat after me. Vibudhya tam balaka marika graham. Vibudhya tam balaka marika graham. Chara achara atma saha nimilita ikshanaha characharatma sanim nimilite kshanaha anantam aropayat ankam antakam anantamaropayadankam antakam yathoragam suptam abuddhi rajju dhihi yathoragam suptam abuddhi rajju dhihi vibudhyatam balakamarika graham characharatma sanimilite kshanaha anantamaropayadankam antakam yathoragam suptam abuddhi rajju dhihi vibudhyatam balakamarika graham characharatma sanimilete kshanaha anantamaropayadankam antakam ayathoragam suptam abuddhi rajju dhihi vibudhyatam balakamarika graham characharatma sanimilete kshanaha anantamaropayadankam antakam yathoragam suptam abuddhi rajju dhihi vibudhyatam balakamarika graham characharatma sanimilete kshanaha anantamaropayadankam antakam yathoragam suptam abuddhi rajju dhihi vibudhya understanding tam her putana balakamarika graham a witch very expert in killing small babies chara achara atma Krishna the all-pervading super soul saha he nimilita ikshanaha closed his eyes anantam the unlimited aropayat she placed ankam on her lap, antakam, for her own annihilation, yatha, as, uragam, a snake, suptam, while sleeping, abuddhi, a person who has no intelligence, rajjudhi, one who thinks a snake to be a rope. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So this is a translation of text 8. Lord Sri Krishna, the all-pervading Supersoul, lying on the bed, understood that Putana, a witch who was expert in killing small children, had come to kill him. Therefore, as if afraid of her, Krishna closed his eyes. Thus, Putana took upon her lap him who was to be her own annihilation, just as an unintelligent person places a sleeping snake on his lap, thinking the snake to be a rope. Please repeat this translation after me. Lord Sri Krishna, the all-pervading Supersoul, lying on the bed, understood that Putana, a witch who was expert in killing small children, had come to kill him. Therefore, as if afraid of her, Krishna closed his eyes. Thus Putana took upon her lap him who was to be her own annihilation, just as an unintelligent person places a sleeping snake on his lap, thinking the snake to be a rope. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this verse, there are two perplexities. When Krishna saw that Putana had come to kill him, he thought that since this woman was present with motherly affection, although artificial, he had to offer her a benediction. Therefore, he looked at her with a little perplexity and then closed his eyes again. Putana Rakshasi also was perplexed. She was not intelligent enough to understand that she was taking a sleeping snake on her lap. She thought the snake to be an ordinary rope. The two words, antakam and anantam, are contradictory. Because of not being intelligent, Putana thought that she could kill her antakam, the source of her annihilation. But because he is ananta, unlimited, no one can kill him. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum nanghayate girim, yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam, yat kripatamaham vande Paramananda Madhavam, yat kripatamaham vande Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram, vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha, patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So this chapter entitled Killing of the Demon Putana, first point is that Krishna actually never kills anybody. If it looks like Krishna is killing somebody, actually Krishna is liberating that soul, is liberating the demon by ending the demon's sinful life. His killing means Krishna is putting an end to the demon's impious, sinful activities. So by doing so, what does Krishna do? He first of all purifies that sinful soul. He purifies that sinful soul of all sinful reactions. And also, he gives, awards liberation. So because of this reason, devotees of Krishna never desire to get from Krishna liberation. Neither they require any purification, because devotees of Krishna, simply because of being devotees of Krishna, are already pure souls, pure devotees. They are completely free from all reactions. They are free from all material reactions, including sinful reactions. Secondly, because the devotees are always engaged in devotional service to Krishna, therefore, devotees are always liberated souls. They are already liberated. So they don't require liberation. And if for some reason they have taken birth in this material world, they take birth in this world only for the sake of serving Krishna, engaging in Krishna's mission. The same mission for which Krishna appears, to deliver the conditioned souls, to rescue the trapped living entities. The same purpose, Krishna's pure devotees also appear in this world. Sometimes it appears like they're taking birth in this material world. But the purpose is to deliver the conditioned souls. So if they have come for delivering the conditioned souls, it is to be understood that they themselves are liberated souls. They are pure devotees. Their birth is not under the laws of karma. Their birth is under the internal potency of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritaha. Daivim Prakriti, internal potency, Krishna's spiritual potency, which is always liberating. So the acharyas like Prabhupada, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarakacharya, and even pure devotees like Narada, they take birth in this material world simply for the sake of Krishna's mission to deliver the conditioned souls. So if Krishna's devotees take birth for delivering conditioned souls, then what to speak of Krishna? Krishna also simply appears for delivering the conditioned souls. So Krishna's appearance is described as incarnation, avatara. So Krishna incarnates in many different forms. And he also appears in his original form as Krishna. So he has appeared as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and by his internal potency he has transferred himself to Nanda Gokula, to the house of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Devi, to whom he awarded his childhood pastimes by directing Vasudeva to transfer him from Kamsa's prison in Mathura to Nanda Maharaj's house in Gokula. So Vasudeva accordingly did that, but because it happened very confidentially in the middle of the night, nobody knew except Vasudeva Devaki. Nobody else knew that Krishna had taken birth as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, but was transferred to the house of Nanda and Yashoda and exchanged for Nanda Maharaj's daughter, Yogamaya, who had also taken birth at the same time as Krishna took birth. Krishna took birth in the middle of the night as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and at the same time Yogamaya took birth as the daughter of Nanda and Yashoda. And Vasudeva, in order to save Krishna, he was directed by Krishna himself to exchange him for the baby daughter of Nanda and Yashoda. And that baby daughter, when Vasudeva brought from Nanda Gokula after exchanging his own son for Nanda Maharaj's daughter, she was brought to the prison as directed by Krishna. And Kamsa was cheated that the 8th child of Vasudeva and Devaki is actually a baby girl and not a boy. Because the first 6 children born of Vasudeva and Devaki were all sons, and they were killed by Kamsa. But the 7th child apparently was a miscarriage, died in the womb of the mother before the child could come out of the womb of the mother, before the child could actually take birth from the mother's womb. The child apparently was dead within the womb. But actually, the 7th child of Vasudeva and Devaki was Balaram, who was transferred from Devaki's womb at the end of the 7th month of Devaki's 7th pregnancy, the child was transferred by Yogamaya to the womb of another queen of Vasudeva, who was residing in Nanda Maharaja's house, Rohini. So the 7th child was not a miscarriage, but actually was transferred by the arrangement of Yogamaya from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. So actually, even the 7th child of Devaki appeared as, in the beginning, as the son of Devaki, but later, after 7 months within the womb of Devaki, appeared as the son of Rohini, another queen of Vasudeva. Vasudeva was imprisoned by Kamsa, and therefore Vasudeva's relatives, his other queens and other relatives, were all hiding, escaping the atrocities of Kamsa, the demon Kamsa. They were hiding in different places. So Vasudeva's only queen, Devaki, was with him, but all other queens were kept safely in other places. So, the 7th and the 8th sons of Devaki and Vasudeva were transferred to the residence of Nanda Maharaj, and they grew up as Balaram and Krishna. Balaram as the son of Rohini, and Krishna as the son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. And as soon as Kamsa came to know that the 8th child of Devaki was not the baby girl who apparently appeared as the daughter of Vasudeva and Devaki, whom Kamsa tried to kill, but was unsuccessful. When Kamsa took that baby girl in the hand, snatched it from Devaki's lap, even though Devaki was crying and requesting him, "Don't kill this baby girl. You have already killed all my children, first 6 children, and I have lost my 7th child in the womb itself. So please don't kill this baby girl." But Kamsa was so cruel that he had no trace of any compassion for his sister. And he just snatched the child and tried to kill it like he killed the first 6 children. But the child slipped away from his hand and appeared in the sky in her ghastly form. It was Yogamaya who had appeared as the daughter of Yashoda. But Yogamaya transformed herself into another form of hers, Mahamaya. Yogamaya is Krishna's internal potency in the spiritual world, generally operating in the spiritual world. So she is called Subhadra. Subhadra. And she appeared first as the daughter of Nanda and Yashoda, but under Krishna's direction she was transferred from Nanda Maharaj's house to Kamsa's prison, where Vasudeva and Devaki were imprisoned. And she escaped from Kamsa's hand, and Kamsa attempted to kill her. And she appeared as Durga in a 10-armed form. And she chastised Kamsa, "You rascal, don't be cruel to your poor sister. Your killer has already taken birth somewhere else. Kamsa was suddenly terrified. Oh, the child which is supposed to kill me is taken birth somewhere else. This is not the child of Devaki. So anyway, Kamsa then became very afraid of the events that took place surrounding the birth of the eighth child of Devaki, and he took compassion upon Vasudeva and Devaki and released them. But the next day, after this event happened, after Kamsa and Vasudeva and Devaki were released, next day, the ministers of Kamsa, they approached Kamsa, and Kamsa narrated the events that led to the eighth child escaping from his hand and the actual eighth child taking birth somewhere else. So immediately the ministers planned, let's kill all the children who are taken birth in the neighborhood in the immediate few days. And Kamsa, being demoniac natured, fully accepted their proposal and arranged for all the children to be killed who were born in the neighborhood, so that his life is free from danger. So, Kamsa arranged the children to be killed by some trick. So he called one demon by name Putana, who had the mystic power of killing small babies by transforming herself into a very beautiful form of a loving and caring nurse, Dhatri. In olden days, even in our country, just about 100 or 200 years back, there were no nursing homes like we have today, hospitals for childbirth, maternity homes. No. Children used to take birth in the home of the mother, and to assist the mother in giving birth to the child, there used to be nurses who would help the mother deliver the child. Even now, of course, there are nurses in the maternity homes or the hospitals. But formerly, these nurses used to be in the homes. So, Putana transformed herself into being a very nice nurse, very beautiful, caring, loving nurse, whose business was supposed to be assisting pregnant mothers to deliver the child. So she would be wandering in all the villages neighboring Mathura, and she would smear her breast with poison, deadly poison, and then go to see the small children who had already taken birth, as if she is visiting them to feed her breast milk. Because these nurses, not only they would help in delivering the child, in case the mother was not able to breastfeed the child, then the nurse would breastfeed the child. So she would go to visit these newly born children, and because she was appearing like a very loving and caring nurse, so the mothers would, very easily give the child for the nurse to just, take the child on the lap and nicely fondle the child, play with the child, and even feed the child her own breast milk. So that way she killed so many children who were recently born, just in the past few days. And apparently, after she fed the child her breast milk, the child would be sleeping. Actually, the child is dead. But a child which is just born, the child will appear like a sleeping child. So she will quietly kill the child by feeding the poisoned breast milk, and then let the child lie down. Apparently, after her feeding, the child has gone to sleep. So she will make the child lie down on the bed and she will take leave. Oh, your child is sleeping very nicely because I have fed him or her, my breast milk. So children generally at that very, very young age, infants, they will have only 2 activities or 3 activities. When they are awake, they'll be playing with the mother or whoever plays with them, or otherwise they will be fed the breast milk of the mother, and at other times the child will be sleeping. So the mothers will think, oh, the child is sleeping. But later on they will discover the child is dead. And innocent mothers, they do not know what is the cause of the death of the child. They don't know this so-called nurse has actually poisoned her breast and she's killed the child. They don't know. And Putana, she will disappear because she had mystic powers. So by one mystic power, she can transform herself into any form, any different form. She is actually a Rakshasi, a witch, a demoness, associate of Kamsa. But she will transform herself into a loving and caring mother, like a nurse, Dhatri. And she will be just roaming around as if trying to help mothers deliver the child or trying to play with small children. And she'll be dressed very, very beautifully. And one more thing is, she had the mystic power to transfer herself from one place to another simply by becoming invisible and using the branch of an uprooted tree to transfer herself. So such witches are called Kechari. That's described in the previous verse. That Putana would transfer herself by becoming invisible and using the branch of an uprooted tree. By her mystic power, she could fly in the sky and go from one place to another place simply by her desire to transfer herself from one place to another. Simply by her desire. This is another mystic power. So she was filled with these mystic powers and she came beautifully dressed as a nurse, but she also disguised herself to appear like the goddess of fortune. So her features were like those of the goddess of fortune. and she was holding a lotus flower in her hand. And the innocent elderly gopis in Gokula, they thought, oh, the goddess of fortune has come to actually visit her husband, the Supreme Lord, who has appeared as Krishna. So this is another mystery, that the devotees of Krishna, especially in Vrindavan, and even in Mathura and Dwaraka, they all know Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They all know Krishna is amidst them as a small cowherd boy in Vrindavan, or as a prince in Mathura, or as the king in Dwaraka. All of them know, because they're all devotees of Krishna. So they know Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But under the influence of Krishna's Yogamaya potency, they participate in Krishna's Leela, forgetting Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So for the sake of Krishna's Leela, they treat Krishna as one of the residents of Vrindavan or Mathura or Dwaraka. So this is a temporary forgetfulness for the sake of Krishna's pastimes to be enacted. So Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, they know Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But while Krishna is performing his Leela, they will accept Krishna as their beloved son. The other gopis, elderly gopis and gopas, they will accept Krishna as the beautiful child, the son of Nanda and Yashoda, a small cowherd boy, small baby, who's just taken birth as the son of Nanda and Yashoda. So like this, all the cowherd men and women, even though under the influence of Yogamaya, they considered Krishna as simply the wonderful, beautiful child, son of Nanda and Yashoda, newborn baby, still, when Putana appeared in Gokula in order to kill Krishna, she had come to kill Krishna, like she had killed the other small children. So when she entered Nanda Maharaj's house, nobody stopped her, including Yashoda and Rohini. Nobody stopped her. And all of them thought she is actually the goddess of fortune who has come to see her husband. Now when it came to considering who is Putana, they thought Putana is the goddess of fortune. And why has she come? She's come to visit her husband. Who is her husband? The Supreme Lord. And who is the Supreme Lord? He has appeared as Krishna, as the son of Nanda and Yashoda. So, this is the working of the internal potency of Krishna. This is the working of the internal potency of Krishna. That even though the residents of Vrindavan, all the devotees, not just residents of Vrindavan, all the devotees of Krishna, know Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Also know that he appears as the son of Nanda and Yashoda for his pastimes. He appears as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva for his pastimes in Mathura and Vrindavan and Dwaraka. He marries the princesses, 16,100 princesses, as the king of Dwaraka. But all these devotees, they know Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they forget, they are made to forget Krishna's actual position as the Supreme Lord for the sake of Krishna enacting his pastimes in Vrindavan, Mathura and Dwaraka. So, this mystery is explained by Shukadev Goswami. This mystery again is not known to even Krishna's devotees. It's possible for Krishna's devotees to know only if they hear from Shukadev Goswami or they read Vyasadeva's composition called Srimad Bhagavatam, in which Krishna's pastimes are described by Vyasadeva. So, here the description is being given by Shukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, which is recorded by Vyasadeva in the Bhagavatam, and we all come to know. Actually, it's Putana who is the associate of Kamsa, come disguised as a beautiful woman, disguised as a nurse, but appearing like the goddess of fortune, and walking straight into Nanda Maharaj's house. Like the Lakshmi Devi, Sakshat Lakshmi Devi has come holding a beautiful lotus flower in her hand. But Krishna was lying on the bed in Nanda Maharaj's house. He saw Putana coming to take him on her lap, and he knew, because he is the all-pervading super soul. He is all-pervading super soul. So he is in the heart of Putana herself. He is in everybody's heart as a super soul. He has entered every atom, material atom, the entire material creation as a super soul. So he knows Putana has come to kill him. And obviously, he wants to put an end to this nefarious activities of Putana. Of course, Putana cannot kill Krishna, but Krishna wants to stop Putana's killing other small children, her sinful activities. So, Krishna decided, now I'm going to kill this demoness, Putana. But then, Krishna thought, she is approaching me as an affectionate, loving mother. So, Krishna decided to give her a benediction, to bless her, because she appeared like a loving, affectionate mother. Therefore, Krishna apparently being afraid of Putana, closed his eyes when Putana came to his bedroom where he was lying on the bed and lifted the child and put him on her lap to kill him, the way she had killed earlier so many small children, by feeding her breast milk, poisoned breast milk. So Krishna closed his eyes as if afraid of Putana. And Putana, being under the influence of Krishna's Yoga Maya, she came prepared to kill Krishna. But she did not know that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She thought Krishna is a small child. And on order of Kamsa. She has to kill all these small children. But still, when Putana took the child on her lap, she could make out that this child has got extraordinary power to kill all the demons. Putana could make out. But still, because she was under the influence of Krishna's Yogamaya potency, she did not resist or did not give up the attempt to even try to kill the child, but took the child on her lap and, as she had planned, to feed her breast milk. The later descriptions will be there, how she treated the child and what all happened will be later on described. So, Srila Prabhupada in the purport says there are two perplexities here. One is Krishna is perplexed that actually I want to kill this demon to stop her nefarious sinful activities, to purify her, to deliver her, to liberate her. But then she has approached me like a loving mother. So how can I kill her? How can I kill her? So this perplexity of Krishna was resolved by Krishna by killing her, at the same time liberating her and giving her the position of his mother as a nurse in Goloka Vrindavana, in his personal abode in the spiritual world. This is how Krishna resolved his perplexity. So he treated her both as a demon and as a loving, affectionate mother. He treated her as both. As a demon, he killed her. But as a loving, affectionate mother, he actually liberated her and promoted her to his personal abode as his eternal, loving mother in the form of an affectionate nurse, Dhatri. This is described by Shukadev Goswami in a conversation which he narrates to Parikshit between between Vidura and Uddhava. So it comes in the third canto. This is the presentation of Vyasadeva, that Vidura heard from Uddhava that Krishna is, because Vidura was a devotee of Krishna, but he was insulted by Duryodhana, so he left the palace of Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, and he traveled to holy places. And while traveling, he came across in Badrikashrama Uddhava, and he heard that Krishna had disappeared from the world, and he was very grief-stricken. So in order to pacify his aggrieved heart, he was taking association of saintly devotees. And when he met Uddhava, Uddhava began to narrate Krishna's pastimes to pacify Vidura. So first of all, Uddhava describes to Vidura, what can I say about the most affectionate personality, Krishna, who delivered the most cruel witch Putana not only liberated her, purified her, but also gave her the position of his affectionate, loving mother, just because she posed as his mother in order to go to kill him. So who can be more affectionate, more loving, more kind than Krishna? So therefore, the prayer to Krishna that we offer, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho, my dear Lord Krishna, you are an ocean of mercy, Karuna Sindhu. Sindhu means ocean. Why? Because you delivered even the demoness Putana who came to kill you, and gave her the position of a loving mother in your personal abode. So that's why Krishna is the ocean of compassion. And that is why even when Krishna comes to this world, he finds different ways of delivering the wretched, conditioned, entangled living entities called conditioned souls, who have come to this world to be independent of Krishna and trying to independently enjoy. They're becoming more and more entangled, and that pains Krishna's heart. So he comes here to take back these foolish creatures, these conditioned souls, by somehow liberating them and dispatching them to his personal abode. This is Krishna's mission in the material world. But then, he also has to protect his devotees. So in order to protect his devotees, sometimes he has to kill the demons who unnecessarily harass devotees. So when he kills the demons, because he has come to deliver the conditioned souls, on the pretext of killing the demons, he actually liberates them. He liberates them. So he never does ordinary killing. His killing is for the sake of liberating, putting an end to their sinful activities. By stopping their sinful activities, by changing their body. What is death? Krishna describes in the Bhagavad Gita. Death means change of body. And that change of body is necessary because Krishna wants to stop this nonsensical material enjoyment and consequently becoming entangled in reactions, sinful reactions. Krishna wants to stop that. So he comes as death and puts a temporary end to the living entity's foolish material activities. But then if the living entity is not ready to go back to Godhead, then Krishna gives another birth. But when he personally comes, then no more rebirth. No more rebirth. Liberation. But that liberation also, Krishna satisfies the desires of the living entity to enjoy in this world. So because they want to enjoy materially, they have to take birth again. They take birth again. Because there is no material enjoyment in the spiritual world. So those foolish living entities who are liberated by Krishna, if they still have desires for material enjoyment, they take birth in the upper planets. They take birth in the upper planets. When they are killed by Krishna personally. But under extraordinary circumstances, when somebody, even though they have material desires for enjoyment, if they have some trace of affection for Krishna, in addition to all their material desires, they have some trace of even little affection for Krishna, then Krishna does not give them again birth in the upper planets if he kills them. He actually transfers them to his personal abode, taking into consideration that trace of affection they have for Krishna. Because this Putana wanted to kill Krishna, but wanted to trick the residents of Gokula, that she's come to actually come as a loving, caring nurse. So therefore, that trace of show that Krishna considered as Putana's trace of some affection for him. And because of that, she was delivered by Krishna. Not only delivered, all the demons were delivered by Krishna. But she was promoted to Krishna's personal abode as his mother. So this is Krishna's compassion. And that is very nicely described by Shukadeva Goswami in this chapter. So more details will follow in the next few verses. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Next Sunday, 11th of May, we are celebrating Narsimha Jayanti. We'll have celebration from evening 6 p.m. onwards. We'll have Abhishekam, Sankirtan, Arati and Prasadam for all the devotees. All of you are invited. At this evening, we are having Talents Day program by culture camp students. Some students have been attending one culture camp that we've been conducting last 3 weeks. So these students will present their talents, having learnt certain devotional activities. So they are going to present some cultural program, 6:30 p.m. onwards till 8 p.m. So all of you are invited for this cultural presentation by the culture camp students this evening, 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Hare Krishna.